what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for episode 5 of the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. As always, it's your boy GQ Tuesday, Shondale. Then we got Sheldon right here, and we got my main man, CJ. So go ahead, Sheldon. Start it off what we talking about for today.
All right, so for our first topic, we're gonna start off with why they hate Giannis. If you guys saw Instagram, my friend Shondale sent me a video of Gilbert Arenas talking about Giannis doesn't understand basketball.
He doesn't understand basketball yet. He plays the sport. He won a championship. Cool. He doesn't really understand how to be great.
And I was like, what? I was like, how does a two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, multiple-time All-Star, all defensive teams, Finals MVP, and won a ring, 2 years ago? How does he not know basketball? And he consistently gets better every year. Me personally, I think he just hating. I think Gilbert Arenas is hating. There's a lot of these older players that have retired or been out the league. They just be hating on some of these players. And for Giannis, a lot of people don't like Giannis. They just don't like him for some reason. I guess it's because he doesn't hang out with say other NBA players, train with them, because a lot of NBA players, they really know each other, and we all know Giannis is from overseas, so he doesn't really hang out with anybody unless it's his teammates and his brothers. Really, honestly, I just think that he was just really hating, and maybe because he just had a better career than him. Honestly, maybe good reasons. Just don't like him because he just had a way better career. Come on, bro. You can't hate on a dude that averages basically almost 30 and 12 rebounds, 6 assists per game, and 2 blocks? Almost 2 blocks? Come on, y'all. You can't be hating on somebody like that.
That's real hard.
I don't think he was hating on him. I think everybody took it out of context. When he said that he doesn't know basketball, it's Giannis really, it's really he hasn't really improved for real, skill wise. If you think about it, Giannis just really transformed his body. I mean, he's just now being able to shoot a little bit more, but he really hasn't developed for real. He's gotten bigger and gotten stronger, but other than that, he really hasn't developed his 3-point shot that well, his mid range, his back to the basket, all those essential things that you need as a big his size. So I don't think he was hating, but most players hate him because, one, like you said, he doesn't hang around NBA players, and then on top of that, he's from overseas. He's not the traditional American player. So it's I don't think they like him because he's foreign and he took the league by storm.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense. I don't agree with Gilbert's comments because he said he doesn't know how to train his body. And anybody that watched basketball, you seen Giannis come in as that skinny little boy, and now he just look like he don't miss a meal. He look like he don't skip a day in the gym. And I get what you're saying. His game is super physical, and we love that. We love this physicality. But honestly, as Americans, we don't know it. But thinking about it, we always shoot. We oh, he can't shoot. He can't shoot. Everybody out in here pretty much. Everyone has some form of a shot. Everyone has some form of a pull-up, 3-point line. You got to have that in your game. Because it's if you didn't grow to dunk, everyone here sort of can shoot mid-range. All of us have some type of post-move game in us, and he doesn't have that. But I think though, that does not matter. That don't matter. You can't say, oh, because he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, he doesn't understand the game. The game is about winning. He do what he do, and it works, and it wins for him. Look at Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is the skill guy, the bad guy. Don't nobody, it's you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care too much about him. He don't win that way. But Giannis is because he do it, he get down there, he bully you, and he get to his spots. That's just not even fair. That's just not even fair. It made me think about what was the dude they said? Eagle Dollar said Rashad Wallace would be better than
Rasheed
Wallace. And
bro, he would be just
thing.
any stretch 4, bro.
And he wasn't good. Rasheed never he
never averaged. He was decent.
Yeah, Rasheed
was
good,
decent, bro. He was decent.
He was good.
He wasn't raw, but he was decent.
Compared next to Giannis, I don't know, because he only averaged 15 once in his career, and he never handled the ball like Giannis. Giannis can handle the ball, and Giannis is a great passer. He's a really good passer. It's not easy to average 6 assists in the league.
Bro, we don't see players praise Giannis, bro.
I mean,
They either say something about him, because you remember when James Harden was like, it's easy to just go to the hole and just dunk the ball.
yeah, I finna say.
Like they don't praise him.
I finna say that's exactly what it is. Like, because Giannis is 7 foot and he muscular and big and he bullying everybody. But at the same time, like you can only do that for so long. If Giannis has a long career like LeBron had, he can't keep doing all that bully ball and stuff. People already done figured it out, built a wall around him. So it's like he got to add more to his game if he
The
want to
wall
get
doesn't work
better.
anymore. The wall don't
Yeah.
work no more.
But the last team that built a wall on him was what the Heat.
Celtics. The Celtics built the wall too. The Celtics literally played with a wall on him. They built the wall. Grant Williams, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum. They started flopping so much.
And
They tried
and
to
they
build a
won,
wall.
right? And
They won because
right?
Middleton got hurt.
They-
They won because Middleton
I mean,
got
they
hurt.
still
that
won.
wall didn't
Yes,
work.
they got hurt. They
That's the
won because
thing.
he got hurt.
That's the
They
thing.
were the best
If
defensive
Giannis
team in the
doesn't
league,
have
and the wall
help,
didn't work.
that's helping my point, because if Giannis doesn't have help and they build the wall on him, it's easy to beat him. If he
And
would
he
have
still
if he
averaged
got-
a whole bunch of points that
But
series, though. He still
No,
averaged a lot, though.
if he if he had a
that don't
3-point
make
shot,
sense.
if he had a 3-point shot, he had a post game in the mid range, it will open up the floor for everybody. So even if he didn't have Chris Middleton, you still got Drew Holiday and
They're
all
gonna
those
double.
role
They're gonna
players.
just
That
double.
right, and they're going to be wide open, which makes it easier shots for them. But Giannis can't do that. He's working on it now.
Giannis can shoot. I think Giannis now can shoot the three. Now, is it gonna go in all the time? No, but can he shoot it? Yes, I think he can shoot it.
Why do you think players that they are guarding him at, like, if he at the 3-point line, they're at the free throw line?
I mean,
So,
they
like,
know
yeah,
he's
he
not a
can
good
hit it.
shooter, but they
Right,
know
he
that's
can-
just like Westbrook. That's just like
that's what
Westbrook.
Gilbert's saying.
Westbrook,
But that's
bro,
what
Westbrook
Gilbert's
can
saying.
shoot the three. He's just not a good shooter. So of
But
course they're
that's
gonna
what
leave him
Gilbert's
open.
saying. Gilbert's saying he doesn't know basketball because he hasn't figured out, okay, I need to really work on my 3-point shot because everybody is
But
dropping
he
off
has
at the
worked
free
on
throw
it
line.
though.
But
You
it's not
telling me the
consistent.
past couple of years his 3-point and mid range hasn't developed?
It's
Because I
not
think it's
consistent.
developed. It's not consistent, but he has developed it though. It has definitely been developed.
My man is
It was-
shooting 29% from the 3. That's not good at all.
I mean,
That's
of course
not
that's
good
not
at all.
good, but it's better than what it was
Exactly.
probably in the past. I don't know
Right.
off the top of what his
But-
percentages was in what we in 2022, so 2021, 2020. I don't know the percentages.
But
Off
I'm
the top of
saying
my
Gilbert's saying he doesn't know basketball because he's not working on the things he needs to work on to be really unguardable. Because he's already unguardable because he's big, 7 foot, can handles, fat.
Who fault
Like, he's
that
a freak
is?
of nature. He's
That
a
ain't
freak
his
of
fault.
nature. But it's like how we say with Ben Simmons. If Ben Simmons gets a 3-point shot, he's unguardable.
Did he say the
thing with
same?
Giannis.
Would he say the same thing to Shaq?
Yeah, Shaq didn't work on his skill at all. Shaq was just big and dominant.
But Shaq
That's
one
why
of the
he left
greatest
the league,
players ever, though. But Shaq one
Right,
of the
but
greatest
just
players
imagine if Shaq worked on his body, if Shaq worked on his mid range, if he worked on his free throw,
Bro,
Shaq would be a
everybody
way
can't do
better
that
player.
though. Everybody's not gonna work on their mid range and free throws, bro. It just
Shaq,
won't happen.
Shaq said it himself. He said he didn't work on his game. Shaq said that himself.
Because he
That's
knew
what
he
I'm
could
saying.
dominate. All he had to do was go to the hole and dominate. Of course.
Right,
Bro,
but
everybody's not gonna work on their free throws and 3-pointers. Everybody just don't
You
do that.
should. What do you mean?
You
If you're still
should,
trying
but
to
it
be
just
the
doesn't
best
happen
player-
though.
If you're trying to be the best player in the world, you should work on all facets of your game that's lacking. Like LeBron. LeBron continuously works on his free throw, even though his free throw is literally like the only bad part of his game. But he works on his free throw every summer, every season. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with Giannis. He need to work on his shooting, need to work on his post game, and he'll be good. All he need is a 15 for a post game, and he's good.
Bro,
That's
he's
all he
only,
needs.
what is he, 28, 27, 28?
27. He's 27.
Bro, he got hella time to do that. He got hella time.
I wouldn't
He's
say
gonna be
hella time.
I say in the next 3 years he'll be able to shoot a consistent mid range. Next 3 years.
I mean, we gotta see.
He'll be able to shoot a consistent mid range, bro. But everybody
We gotta
don't
see.
work on their free throws, bro. Everybody just don't. It's
I'm
a
not
lot
just
of
talking
guards.
about free throws though.
I mean,
It's
I
a lot
know
of
free
other
throws
aspects.
and 3-pointers, your handles, your mid range, bro. A lot of people just don't work on it. I mean, Ben Simmons don't work on his three. He don't work on his shooting.
But I think that's why a lot of players hate Giannis because Giannis doesn't really have like he's not really a skillful player. He's more of a dominant player. You know what I mean?
I,
So it's like a
that
Man,
this
his
it's like
not
James Harden,
consistent.
James Harden has a lot of skills, right? Well, whereas Giannis, like he said, it ain't that hard to dunk the basketball if you're 7 feet. So it's like a lot of
and
players don't really like him because he getting all this attention and getting all this praise, when all he really do is just dunk and
he
he's
don't get the
athletic.
attention. I
What?
can't
So it's
Okay,
like,
tell.
okay. Wait a second.
I
Wait a
can't
second.
tell.
Wait a second. So they don't like. I could get the part where you said about like he didn't grow up here in America because he didn't come up in the AAU circuit. A lot of these players they seen each other growing up. They became friends. You know, when you're not hooping, you hanging out. You're pretty much on vacation. But it's like, what about the defensive side of the floor? Giannis played both sides of the court. Why doesn't he? You know, he played both sides of the court. So what's the thing about that? Remember when they were trying to push the narrative that Chris Middleton was doing this and he deserved the Finals MVP,
hmm
and Giannis just outplayed all that narrative? I, I really don't. It's not consistent though. If they stick to what they're good at, you don't have to always add so much to your game to get attention and get love. That just because look at it's like when they said like what Shaq said about Giannis, like, man, you don't need to do that. If it worked for you, it worked for you. What you trying to do everything else for? Ben Simmons doesn't really need to shoot. He does not need to shoot.
I think he
Giannis doesn't
do
need to
to
shoot.
extent. I think
nah,
Ben
he
Simmons
definitely
needs
does.
to shoot
He
to
definitely
extent because
does.
Ben Simmons is the
Definitely.
point guard. He's the point
hmm
guard, so he needs to at least shoot a mid range. Shaq's not a point guard, so he doesn't need to
But
shoot.
The
I
Now
three, that's
maybe
what I'm
now
talking about.
maybe
Ben
if it
Simmons
was
don't need to
back
shoot
in
the
this
three.
maybe if it was in this time, Shaq would probably need to shoot at least a mid range. But back in the '90s, Shaq didn't, bro. No
nah,
big man wasn't shooting
they
in the
barely
'90s.
they barely shot the 3-pointer in the 90s.
Exactly, but so Shaq don't now Shaq was in 2022 playing. I think he need to develop mid range. He probably would develop a mid range. Honestly, he probably would have developed one.
But
Giannis is
yeah,
a power forward, right?
Yes, Giannis is a power forward.
power forward.
He a
Yeah,
He's a
small
power
power
forward,
forward.
power
forward.
forward.
He could play. He could play guard a little bit. He's a good facilitator. But just really, Drew, that man is amazing at the power forward position. Like I
Yeah,
don't
he
see
is.
like
He's one of the best power
it.
forwards already. Like he's one of the best already.
Yeah, I'll put him top 5.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Kareem,
He's one of the best.
what what they say, they wasn't mad at Kareem for what he wasn't doing. They
I mean,
wasn't
but
mad at
Kareem,
Timmy for.
Kareem had other skills though. Kareem will give you the hook shot. He'll give you a fade. You know what I'm saying? He had other moves though. Like he did.
It's just
It was just
about
that
skills, huh?
that sky hook was unstoppable. That was the only thing. But
Hey,
he
but
had
this
other
year,
assets to his game.
This past year, Giannis was doing a lot of turnaround phase though. He was definitely
Yeah,
doing
A
a
lot
lot
of
of those.
dribbles.
He's
he's
developing
working
a
on it.
jump shot. He's definitely
Yeah,
working
His
on it.
he's definitely
his
working on it.
handles
His
need to get
handles is
better. He
decent.
got a like what? He's a seven
That's
footer
what Chris
with
Bouchard
decent
said in the
handles.
video. He said he had good hand. He said he has good
Yeah,
handles for a big, and he's a
like
decent passer.
I don't agree with everything that Gilbert Arenas said, but I see where he's coming from. You know what I mean? I think Giannis is very intelligent, has a high basketball IQ. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have won the NBA championship. You wouldn't have been a league MVP. You know what I mean? So I think he just get a lot of hate because he's not as skillful as all these top players in the league.
Then the league need to get stronger. Then people gotta get in the
Yeah,
weight room. People gotta get in the weight room.
yeah,
Then ain't a lot of people in the
yeah.
weight room, and y'all need to start building the wall more. Y'all see the formula every night,
hmm
and y'all play the Bucks every night. So it's like common sense. It's like, hey, y'all
Build the
game plan. We
wall.
need to build a wall. They don't do
I
that.
mean,
They
but in
only
the
do it in
regular
the
season,
playoffs. They only
yeah,
do
I'm
it
saying
in
in
the
the
playoffs.
regular season, they typically do that like in the playoffs because like if he sees it in the regular season, because like they do the wall differently. Like you know what I mean? They add different defensive schemes to it, so they're not gonna give up their defensive schemes in the regular season. They're gonna save it for the playoffs.
But I mean,
The wall doesn't work.
if he got the pieces around him and Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, I mean, the wall kind of really don't matter to this thing because he's gonna get his no
That's
matter
what I'm
what.
saying.
He gonna
It
get his no
doesn't
matter
Yeah,
matter.
what.
but I mean that's true. But Chris Middleton is inconsistent, so it's like I'd rather
I'd
Chris
rather
Middleton
have
beat
inconsistent
Giannis.
Middleton than no Middleton.
Yeah,
I'd rather have
the Wild.
like, bro. Drew Holiday did not play good against against the Celtics. He didn't play good. There's no Chris Middleton, so I got to depend on Grayson Allen, inconsistent. Pat Connaughton, inconsistent. Bobby Portis, a little inconsistent. Those are the people I got to depend on.
That's just
Nah,
yeah, because you asking for them.
that's
You
Shondale
went from
boy, Bobby Portis.
yeah, you went from asking them to get 9, 8, 10 points. Now Middleton got to get not Middleton. Drew Holiday got to get 23, 22. Now Bobby got to get 18, 19. Grayson Allen got to hit 3 threes. It's a lot. I just don't think. I think the Wild, how good his passing has become. I don't know. I just don't think I think that's the best way to stop him, but I don't think it's effective anymore. It's like trying to foul Shaq. When the league changed the rule, you got to find other schemes and ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man.
So
Giannis is a beast. They can't stop him.
so
He knows basketball.
so even with all that being said, Giannis is the best player in the world, and LeBron is the king. He holds the throne, but who really is going to be the face of the league when he retires?
Well, as of right now, LeBron is still the face of the league. He's still the face. But when he retires, honestly, it might go to KD. I don't think they're going to give it to any foreign player.
It's not going to KD, bro.
I don't think they're going to give it to any foreign player.
It's not going to KD.
Who's it going to go to? Who's it going to go to?
You know, like, I agree 100%. They do not want to give it to any foreign players, bro, because if you think about it, some of these foreign players have had better seasons than LeBron in the past probably 8 years. LeBron has still been great. That's because of his stature. But some like Jokic, Luka, Giannis won 2 MVPs. Jokic won 2 MVPs. They have had better seasons, but they don't want to give it to them because they're foreign. But who I think they will give it to, but I think who shouldn't get it, Ja Morant. I think they're going to try to give it to him because he's so box office. It should.
I would say Zion, if anything.
You know, I was about to say Zion, but he been hurt. If Zion was healthy his first year and then didn't miss last year, because we know he would have been killing, I think he would have been in line for the next face of the league. But I think they're going to give it to Ja Morant, even though I think he shouldn't get it. I think it honestly should go to Giannis, because Giannis has been one of the best players. He's been a top 3 player in the league. But I don't agree with KD, because KD has opportunities to pass LeBron, and he has not passed him yet. So I don't think they're going to give it to KD. But I think it's just going to be Ja Morant. But I don't think he should get it, though.
I think the face of the league. I think it could be a foreign player. My thing is because the NBA isn't trying to compete. I think it's just like who the NBA is trying to compete with. The NBA, it's an American sport, but I think they're trying to chase after the world image. They aren't trying to compete with like the NFL, which is the biggest sport in America. They're trying to compete against soccer.
No, they compete. They compete against them too.
Leagues. So,
they competing against them NFL too.
I think so. I think the media wants it to be an American player, but I think the league, the NBA, I think the NBA itself wants it to be a foreign player, but I think the American media more so wants it to be an American player. And I think a lot of the times it just really come down to like, because Luka probably makes more money bringing in more ticket sales than Ja. Ja way more exciting, like a previous conversation Sheldon said offline. Ja Morant, I'm watching Ja before I watch Luka. I'm watching Ja for the dunks, the dances, the giddy, the excitement, just the swag that he brings to the game. But Luka get pushed more because of the game and how he play, how he pick it apart. And then he got that European appeal. You trying to push these European players over there to bring in that audience to compete with them. Like, I think something with this tournament the NBA is doing is going to be something to do with either Seattle, international players. And if you go to the NBA website, Jokic and Giannis, they got their game highlights on the NBA website. Then you go to ESPN, it's still talking about how good the John Wall going to be, the Clippers, Bron. Now, it's like, it's two different narratives going. Because the NBA, the last four MVPs have been international players.
I think that the NBA should definitely move towards a foreign player because it'll broaden the audience. Because like if say for instance you have Giannis or Luka, Jokic, or any one of those foreign players as the face of the league, it opens up a new market for all. Now other foreign players are going to be tuning in to the NBA. Because I think the most people that watch the NBA that aren't Americans is like what, China. And then after that, I don't really know who it is after that. But if you got Giannis and Luca, like I said, it opens up the doors for every other foreign people to watch the NBA, and you could potentially outgrow the NFL like that and other sports if you do that.
But do they want it though? That's the
The
thing. Do
NBA, the
they want
NBA
it?
The
wants it.
NBA, yeah, I think the
The
NBA
NBA wants
wants
it,
it.
but the media doesn't.
But
Yeah,
but
because
the
like
thing is
the
though, why
'cause
haven't none of them taken the reins from LeBron though?
because the NBA wants to keep their media contracts. So if you have an American player like LeBron or Ja or things of that nature, it's more appealing to Americans because we know who they are. Most people don't know who Giannis is or Jokic is or Luka is. So it's like if you do that, one, it's gonna mess up your media contracts, and then two, a lot of people gonna be like, "Who is that?"
Mm.
But that's why they keep putting a lot of these young players on national TV. The Grizzlies got a whole bunch of games on national TV this year. When was
Hmm.
the last time the Grizzlies had a whole bunch of national TV games?
Back in the grit and grind era
Yeah,
with
back
Zach
in
Randolph and them.
and people talking about John Morant is a superstar now, and I'm like, I ain't
Nah,
going that far. I ain't going that far.
nah,
He had one good. He had a decent rookie year. This is his third year or this fourth? No, this would be his fourth because he came in with
fourth.
Zion.
Yeah.
So his last couple of years have been decent. Then he had basically, if you want to say, an MVP type season this year, and now they saying he's a superstar. I think like I said, I feel like it should be Giannis. If I had to pick, feel like it should be Giannis because Giannis, out of all the foreign players, has had. We're going with accolades too. He's had the better. He's had the
Yeah.
better years than Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Luka. They are the four best overseas players in the league. So
I
he
say
has had better.
if we choosing a foreign player, I choose Luca because one, he's younger, and yeah, I think he could potentially be better because it's like now we're seeing Giannis in his prime. Giannis is almost in his prime. Luca hasn't even touched his prime yet, so I would go with Luca.
Yeah, I would go. I'm gonna go with Luca for the same reason that you said, age. I mean, see, I'm gonna pull up. Luca only 23, and Giannis is 27. And then the way they play the basketball overseas is they're very fundamental. They're very team
Hmm.
pass, and they're just like how we love and players love over here. They're very skilled. They're all about skill and making a smart play. Overseas, when you have a lot of points, it doesn't really get the same reaction as like over here. Like if you get 44, we like, oh shit, he balled out. Over there,
Hmm.
they're like, oh, you got 44. How many shots did it take? So
What else
Luca
did you
plays
do?
the game. Yeah, Luca played the game like he plays the full game. He isn't great on defense, but he's a passer. You know, his shot selection, the way it's like he fundamental. He's a great fundamental fun player to watch. So it's like Giannis, yeah, he should have the title. He should be the king, but he really can't pass Bron because he doesn't have that American appeal of the skills. Even
If
Hmm.
though the
you
skill challenge is boring, my bad, I'll wrap it up. The skill challenge boring as hell, but he can't compete in it.
if you had to ask a random person on the street, they watch basketball but they don't really know it. Who do you know, John Moran or Luca?
They gonna say Ja.
Luca.
I think
I
they're
think
gonna
they gonna
say
say
Ja
Ja.
because Ja be on Instagram all the time. He be on
Yeah,
social media.
bro
Luca
be
do not
on
be on
bro be
social
on
media like that.
Instagram. He be on Instagram sipping out the bottles and shit, bro. Like he be turned.
I
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
I just feel like like I said, I just feel like they want to give it to American, but it should be a form. It should be.
Yeah, I think it should
Okay.
be.
I actually agree with Luca, but I just think it's gonna be Giannis because what he has done. But Luka has had a great years. Jokic has had great years. Joel Embiid has had great years. But I think it just should be Giannis. But if it was Luka, I ain't got no problem with Luka. But they want it to be somebody. because, like you said, the media wants it to be the NBA and the media wants it to be American player. Who's gonna probably be the next person that's gonna basically be doing everything? That means going outside, turning up in general. Who just gets it more exciting is gonna be Ja. It's just gonna
Yeah.
be Ja.
I say out of
No,
young players, I think Ja is the only one that really be like outside and be on social media and is like really
And
active.
honorable mention, Jason Tatum. Honorable mention.
Yeah, yeah, I can't forget about him. Yeah,
okay, see this why I don't think it'll be Ja. I think when you with your question saying who is gonna be the like who a random normal person knows, you said Ja over Luca, is you think it would be Ja, but it's only Ja in like the certain demographics, like the people that's turned up doing, that's living a certain lifestyle of basketball that's associated with it. But when you look at like the jersey sales, Luca in the top 10 of jersey sales. Ja isn't in the top 10 of jersey sales.
but is that due to like just American sales or U.S. sales, or is that overseas sales included with that?
So when you think about the average fan probably has a jersey, right?
Hmm.
The average fan probably. So if Luca outselling on the jerseys, that means more people know him, because Memphis is a big basketball market. Is it, or is it a small market? I
I
think
would
I
it's
wouldn't
considered
say
consider
it's
it a
small.
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 I
I would
wouldn't
kind of
say it's
consider it a
small, but I wouldn't
small
say it's
market.
big
It's
either.
somewhere in between. It's not
Yeah,
small, but it ain't big. It's
yeah,
respectable. So it's like Ja should be up there with the jersey sales. And when I think about like, I hate to say it, but it's like a lot of people, they kind of like see Ja, and he got like the Iverson tag. They associate a lot of kind of thug
yeah,
mentality to him.
I want
So
to
yeah.
say something though. This was his first time probably on the national stage. Luca kind of been on the national stage. Remember, he kind of really
Yeah.
showed out when it was the bubble. So everybody, we all watching the bubble. So we saw what Luca
mhm.
did against the Clippers. He went to the playoffs again. Then he made it to the conference finals. So we already seen this is the first time Ja has been on the national stage. So of course,
Besides the
this year,
NCAA tournament.
yeah. Besides the NCAA, but maybe this year he probably will be in the top 10. I ain't gonna say top 5, but I will probably say top 10. Maybe in the beginning of this year. I don't know.
So jersey sales, Luca was 8 and Ja was 9. He's right there.
I
But
say
it's
both is
like
in top
I
10.
Yeah, they both.
yeah, I think it just updated because when I looked, when I looked like the other day, 'cause we did it yesterday. No, this was April 22nd. So okay. So this is the wrong one. The one we pulled up yesterday didn't have John in the top 10. So when I think about it, it's like Luca kind of got that more basketball appeal. It's like when you think about, yeah, Ja has a lot of basketball activities outside of it, but I don't know. I don't know if that's really what the NBA want. I'm still trying to see we got to see the direction. So I think when you
Yeah.
think about like the NBA wants to go more international. NBA wants the game to be more like fundamental, and they want higher points.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think Luca's the better choice. I think Ja is gonna. They'll probably split the throne. Excitement versus fundamental.
Yeah, or it may not even be just one person as the face of the league. Because right now the talent in the league is way better than what it used to be. So it's like you can market multiple players as the face of the league. It don't just have to be one anymore. So it might be Luca, it might be Ja, it might be Giannis, it might be all Zion or all these other Jason Tatum. So I don't think they're gonna do just like one person anymore. They probably do multiple people.
Unless that
I
person
think they
just
should do multiple.
overwhelmingly dominate.
Yeah.
If he just overwhelmingly dominate like LeBron, like when he should have
Hmm.
won all those MVPs, he's the
Hmm.
face. He just gotta be. Like I think so. So I want to ask this. So when it comes to face of the league, out of the candidates, who really is going to be the best one? You got
It's
your Zion,
probably
you got
gonna
your
be
Ja,
Luca.
Luca.
It's probably gonna
Yeah.
be Luca.
If I do a top three, I'll say Giannis, Luca.
You know what's crazy? I don't think they want Jokic to be the face.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say Jokic because Jokic is like he boring.
He just
If
he
we
just
being
got
honest, he's
good.
boring. Yeah, he
He
you know
just
what I'm
got
saying? He's
good.
boring. Like he's not. What's
He
really
been
exciting about
good,
his game?
but like Charles said, he
The
just
league.
boring. And
It's
he
not.
does he moves slow. He passes the ball. He got
Yeah,
great passes, but he don't
he's not
excite
really
you.
like when
He
you look
don't
at his
excite
highlight.
me.
The most exciting part of his highlight is his passes.
I mean, we get excited when he on our fantasy team though. He giving
Yeah,
us that 77 points. I'm excited
bro.
about that, but watching is just. I mean, he raw, but he ain't good exciting like Luka, John, Zion, and
Yeah,
Jason Tatum and all of them, and Joel Embiid. He not
I was
exciting
gonna say
like them.
Joel Embiid. I was gonna say that's my top three: Luka, Joel Embiid, and
Are you
Giannis.
talking about Europe? Are you talking about like overseas? Or are you just talking about
Not
the next
period.
face of the league, top three
The
next
next
face
face,
of the league?
yeah, the next, yeah, top three next face of the league.
Joel Embiid in the top. Ooh,
Cause Joel Embiid, he talk mess.
he
You
do
gonna
talk
Can't
you gonna
stay
mess. He
pay.
healthy
do
though.
be on the internet. He do be on the internet.
So it's like he's
Mm,
very entertaining.
but he don't stay healthy though. That's his
Yeah,
problem. He don't stay healthy enough to like you. You can't be the face of the league and you don't come to work. That's like
what
trying to
they
be
say the
employed in
best.
month. That's like trying to be employed in month and you don't show up to work. That don't it just
The
don't work
best
like that.
skill. The best skill is availability.
So
Can't stay healthy enough. Like that right there, he got the same stigma that AD got. Like, yeah, Joel Embiid played hella games last season. Probably should have been MVP,
I think he
but
should have won
he's
MVP.
he
That's
still
just
Yeah,
got
I do
that
too.
stigma that he missed too many games. They don't want somebody to be the face of the
Now,
league that's not playing.
now,
LeBron plays like
go ahead. No, go ahead and finish what you're saying.
I'd say LeBron played like the most games he ever missed was 16 games in one season, and that just happened like the year before last.
that was
So
his
it's like,
first year with the Lakers. That was his first year with the
and
Lakers.
yeah, well, his first year, it's like LeBron James missed probably 2 games out of each season. You could go through all his seasons, 2 or 3 games. So Joel doesn't really have a chance until he could get over that stigma of staying healthy.
I was gonna say, now the face of the league, do they have to be a superstar?
Yes. You gotta be a superstar,
So
bro.
if that's the
Gotta
case,
be.
Ja can't be in that because I don't think
But you
Ja's a
know by the
superstar.
time LeBron leave, they're gonna probably give Ja the superstar status, bro.
He probably
Because
should be
LeBron is
first.
probably going to retire in the next 3 years. I hear that mess talking
I
about
think
he playing with Bryce. I don't believe that. I
I
think he's
think
going to
he is.
retire,
I
bro.
think he
He's
is,
going to be
man.
42 years old, bro. I don't think
But
LeBron is going to
LeBron,
be averaging 20, at least low 20s and 42, bro. I don't
He'll
but
think
be
look
that's
on the
going to
at,
happen.
bench.
but
He'll be
LeBron
on the
is in
bench.
amazing shape. I think LeBron can play for a long time. It's just if he wants to, like after Bryce get in the league, I think he's gonna retire. But I
He's not
think he
jumping
does
as
want to play
high.
for both of his kids.
Bro, that's
No,
in
of course not.
5 years, bro. That's in
He's not
5 years.
He's not even jumping as high. Like when he was at that pro-am, that last pro-am game dunking, he wasn't
I don't
getting
think he
that
was being
high.
serious, though. I don't
No,
think
I
he was
don't think
being
he's.
serious
His
at pro
head can
am, though.
still touch the rim, bro. LeBron head
I
can still
mean,
touch the rim.
the brother's 6'8".
I
That's
think
only
he's
40.
gonna try to play with Bronny. I think he's gonna try and play with Bronny, but Bryce, that's kind of reaching a little bit, bro. Because we've seen ever since he's been to the Lakers, he's been hurt low key every year. Besides the 1 year with the bubble, he's been hurt every year, and we
That
don't know in
bubble.
the next 3 years if he's gonna be even healthy enough. Yeah, he
But
been
they
paying
were,
$1 million for his body, but injuries happen, bro.
but
He's
they
been injured,
those injuries weren't that bad. Though. I think like the worst injury he had was
bro.
his groin injury, and
Bro, he
but
turned his
other
ankle.
injuries,
I feel like we all had an ankle injury, or at least a high
yeah,
severe ankle injury.
yeah.
Hey, you
Them
roll that. It's
things
over
hurt,
with.
bro. They hurt.
Them up-
They
But that's not
hurt.
that bad though, as tearing your ACL or your
But that
oh,
hurts,
meniscus
though.
or.
yeah.
But think
It's
about it
not
Those
that
though.
those are
bad
But
compared to
lifelong
other.
lingering.
but think
Those are
about
Yeah,
it though.
lifelong
But
lingering
but
injuries.
think about it though, bro. If we hurt our ankle today, let's say we hurt it right now, and then it's like okay, the next morning, yeah, it'll hurt a little bit, but I can still go out there and play. But we playing on the street, bro. People ain't really playing that for real and all that, bro. This is the NBA. Everybody playing for real every night, so that's different. That's
I mean,
totally
yeah,
different.
but still, that's not a major injury
It's
though.
not a
Like
major injury,
If LeBron would have like tore his groin, or he would have tore like a pectoral
bro. Have
muscle,
you ever
or if he
had a
would have
groin
tore
injury, bro?
anything.
You ever had a groin
Retire.
Yeah,
injury?
that shit
That's
hurt.
I know it hurt.
injury. So LeBron retirement can't really be predicted off of age. It's more about if his body can withstand it. If he gets injured, that's what's going to really retire.
And
Yeah,
we have looked, and
yeah.
for the past 3 years, he has been hurt. He has been hurt.
Yeah, but it's not a big injury though, bro. Like if he would have had like a meniscus tear or an ACL or MCL tear, then I
Retirement.
understand where you're coming from. Yeah, retirement in the next couple of years, but they really like soft tissue injuries and stuff like that. Not really big injuries.
High ankle sprain
Like
ain't no
like
joke,
Brady. Nothing's gonna retire Brady, but
Brady.
a major injury.
bro. A
Bron
high
not gonna
ankle sprain
retire
hurt.
from.
I ain't gonna retire off no high ankle sprain, but it's still just the fact. It's a high ankle sprain. That stuff hurt, and it's a groin injury. I had a groin injury in college. Man, that thing was terrible.
I'm gonna say this though, like the off season, if you a groin injury or a rolled ankle, you're 100% in the off season healing from that.
Hmm.
100%. You should be fine.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know. You're a Bron fan. You don't want to see him go, but one day he gotta leave.
I know bro. I said he's gonna retire in the next 3 years. He's gonna retire in the next 3 years because he signed his new deal. So he has one. He has another deal. He has another year with the Lakers. Then his new year. Then his new deal kicks in. Then he stay. He's basically staying for 2 years guaranteed. Then he has a player option. He did that on purpose because he wants to know where Bronny goes, and wherever Bronny goes, he can
Yeah,
go.
I think that like okay, he's definitely gonna do that. Wherever Brady go, he's gonna go. And then like depending on how like that first year go, like say that first year goes well and LeBron's healthy and he feel like he can still play, I think he would try to play when Bryce comes because Bryce is a
That's a long
sophomore right
time.
now. So by the time Bronny get in the league, it's gonna be what in 2 years, and then
He'll
his
be a senior.
contract in, and so by the time Bryce get in the
He,
league, it'll be 4 years then. Because he
I'm
got to
not
do
gonna
two more
hold you.
years of high school and then two, and then well, it depends on if they change the rule. Because if they change the rule for him to come out of high school, then he'll be in the league in 3 years.
He's not league. I don't. Do you think he'll be league ready in
I
two
don't think
years?
Bryce is league ready.
Or Bronny?
I think Bronny is league ready, but he's a bench player. He's like a 13th, 14th, 15th
he
man.
needs to
But
get stronger. I think he
he's
needs to get
definitely league
stronger.
ready. He has all the skills. He has the athleticism. His IQ is pretty high for his age. So I just think he just need to keep playing more basketball and get
Where
stronger,
you
like
watching
Taylor
him
said.
play at? Anytime I just see him on complex highlights on Instagram. I
I
never
mean, I
see him
see the
play.
highlights.
Yeah, I
Nah, they
never
be
get to see
having
him play.
they had the full games on YouTube.
Oh, they do
Okay.
it on
So
YouTube.
okay, so going on to the next topic related back to what you were saying, because when you talk about superstardom and how people Jai isn't a superstar, Taylor Rook's comments came out in an interview with Jason Tatum about how Kyrie is a superstar, but Damian Lillard is not a superstar. Go ahead, Todd. I want to hear you talk about this superstardom. Like, what do you think about her comments?
Well, I don't agree with her comments because I agree with what Jason Tatum said. Jason Tatum said he believes that Dame is a superstar because, in my opinion, a superstar you have to be box office, you have to make other players better, you have
Okay.
to be a leader, you have to be unguardable, you have to be consistent, you have to affect the game more than just on the stat sheet.
You
You have
name
to
two
be
things
an
Kyrie
MVP.
don't have.
You
A
have to be
leader.
an MVP. You have to be an MVP type player. You know what I
Uh,
mean? And you have to average around 23, 25 points, 4, 5 rebounds, and about 5 assists. And you have to be able to carry your team. You have to be the best player on your team and carry them to the playoffs or deep in the playoffs.
so Kyrie, your boy. So are you?
Yeah, it's my boy. He's a
So he's not a
superstar.
superstar. But you
he
just
No,
named
he
a
is
lot
a
of stuff he
superstar.
can't do though.
he
You
he
named a.
yeah,
What
he
he can
missing some
do?
things.
You
He's not
named
a
What is
leader.
he
Okay, you
missing?
said he was
What is he missing?
consistent. I mean, you didn't say he was consistent, but you said he got to be consistent. He ain't
Yeah.
consistent because you
Yes,
can't
he
trust
is.
him.
Yes,
Okay.
bro. He
Okay.
before the last year with the whole COVID stuff, Kyrie has been available and has been consistent. The man
Okay.
is a 20-50, a 25-50 and 40-90 guy. Like
Hey
what you mean?
man,
That's consistent
if
to me.
I can't tell from last year,
You shooting 50% from the field, 40 from
he
three, 90% from the free throw line, averaging 20 plus points. That's pretty consistent to me.
you got to be a leader. You got to be a leader.
I don't think you should
I
have to
think
be a
he is a
leader to be a
leader.
superstar.
I think he is a leader. He leads by
Kyrie
example.
is
His
not a
game
leader.
talks. His game talks.
Okay,
People respect him.
I think he's a
Yeah,
more
people respect.
vocal leader. I think he might be a more vocal because Kyrie is the type of person. He the one that he'll say something even though it might be a little crazy. You be like, huh, okay, he's saying something, but it's like, But play, I mean, we know what he can do, play. But I think he might be a little more of a vocal leader. Like KD is more of a leader on the court than vocal. And
Kyrie vocal leader. Go ahead. My bad. My bad. Go with
but
that.
Kyrie, bro, if you think about it though, Kyrie really hasn't done nothing when he won the championship with LeBron. He really hasn't done anything. He's been good, but he just hasn't done anything. He tried. He did that team. That Celtics team was decent, but they
I mean,
lost.
but
They was
he got
losing.
injured. He was injured. He was injured when he was
They
with the
played better
Celtics.
without him.
I mean,
They
look at
went
all
to
them
the,
pieces they had on the
they went to the
team,
conference
though.
finals without him. Though.
They had a lot of pieces on that
They
team.
did have a lot of players, and we
They
see
played
now
better
with the
without him.
Nets. See, I mean, they're over
And then
here.
it
They
was like
going. The Nets going through it. They're going through it
that
over
was
there.
and that was Kyrie's first year on the Celtics, and like all them other players, they've been used to being around each other. They've been around each other for a long time. So them playing better without him, that's
2 years.
understandable.
I think Kyrie's
Yeah,
a star. I think he's a
they've been
star.
they were Jason Tatum, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, and all of them. They've been around. Jaylen Brown, they was around each other for a long time. Kyrie just got there, so it's like they team chemistry wasn't all the way there. So when he got injured, of course they gonna play better because they team
Okay,
chemistry was better.
okay. This is my thing about like what Sheldon said about the vocalness and the critiques on Kyrie's leadership. I think they're confusing his vocalness outside of the game of basketball about being a leader. He's very vocal about speaking up for the people, activism and rights, and what you should be feeling spiritually. But when it comes to like basketball as a leader, or being able to tie people in and take the blame and take the credit, like you get the credibility is given to the leader, but the blame is given by default. Kyrie isn't that. Kyrie doesn't step up and say that I could have been better. We could have done this. Kyrie will say things
He
like, "We don't
has.
need a coach. We
He
don't need a
definitely has.
coach."
He said that too. He definitely said that too. But he's definitely put blame on himself too. Like when he's played bad, he's definitely took ownership for
And
that.
then Kyrie, the leadership qualities. If Kyrie was a leader, it would have been like he knows the leader has to make a sacrifice. He would have did like Wiggins did, and he would have got vaccinated. Kyrie leadershipness is just like how he just come out in the I Am Athlete interview. He wanted to be a leader, and he went to the Celtics and he figured out he wasn't ready for that. And with the Nets, we might see this season him being a better version of it. But everything that Kyrie's been doing since he left the Cavs has showed that he wasn't ready for the position of being a leader like LeBron. He admitted it. They would have won more
I think
chips. He would have been in LA.
I think he doesn't know his leadership style. There's different types of leaders, you know what I mean? I think he needs to be a leader that leads by example. So like on the court, in the weight room, in a training facility, like you
That
need to
man do
show
not
people
be in the
like
weight
you a
room.
leader. You need to show people you a leader like that instead of like because like you said, he's not really a vocal leader because Kyrie is low key confrontational. So like Kyrie to come up to you, we in practice, hey bro, you suck. You missed like 5 out of your 15 threes or whatever the case may be. Like instead of doing that, I think he should be more of a like a lead by example.
I,
I feel like he doesn't
okay,
really know his leadership style.
Shed, I'm gonna let you go. I just want to say this. I think he does already lead by example. I think when you say things like, I think he's confusing like the style of leading by example. He think that if I go out here and put this work and hit these shots, y'all should know go do the same thing, go do your role. And I think he confusing that with like that's not always. You don't need to lead. He's trying to lead by scoring. He's trying to lead by scoring, and he think that's example when you need to try to figure out like how Braun was like, man, you gotta lift people up in other ways. Like the way you talk to J.R. Smith is not how you talk to Amon
hmm
Shumpert. Now
hmm
that's all I wanted.
I'm gonna just piggyback off Shondell when he was like, if he should have got the vaccine. You're the second
Yeah,
best
he
player
should
on the
have.
team. You're the second
He
best
should
player on the
have.
team, bro. You
He should
should
have.
have at that time. You're second or third, James Harden, whoever. You should have got the vaccine and showed them like, bro, we can do this. We have Katie, Kyrie, and James Harden. We can do this. But he said no. He said no. And then with Damian Lillard is a superstar, but Taylor Rooks said he wasn't. She said he wasn't, right? He wasn't a superstar, right?
I didn't watch the interview. Why did she say he wasn't?
He hasn't achieved anything.
But the thing is, well,
Well, if that's the case,
look at his team. Like his teams were good, but they wasn't better than some of them other teams that he always had to go up against. They
He
if
hasn't
wasn't
that's the
what?
better
case,
than them.
if that's the case, is Charles Barkley a superstar then? Because he didn't really achieve nothing.
Charles Barkley is a superstar.
He won
Exactly.
MVP
So it's
though.
He's a
like,
He won
superstar.
MVP. He won MVP.
Charles Barkley is a
so it's
superstar,
like,
bro.
So it's like your achievements, yeah, they matter, but like it's hard to win in this
See, but
league.
you know accolades gotta have a reason to a point though. Cause Damian Lillard,
James
he
Harden.
has no accolades. He has all stars, but he has really no accolades. That
He only has
Kyrie
rookie
Irving,
of the
at
year.
least he has a ring. He has a ring to his name.
He
But
got
besides
rookie
the
of the
ring,
year
he
and
does.
two
He has.
All-Stars.
Oh, he has a rookie of the year. He has. I think. Yeah, he got All Star. Oh, okay. He got an
He
All
got some
Star
All
there.
Stars.
He got an All Star. He got rookie of the year, and he got a ring. Okay, Damian Lillard. No, Damian Lillard. He does have rookie of the year too. He has rookie of the year too, and that's it. But he's a superstar. He's box office. He leads by example. He's a vocal leader. He's a leader on the court. He does everything. He's a superstar. It's just the fact that I guess since he hasn't achieved anything, and I mean
And
that ain't his fault that free agents don't go
I
to
was just gonna
Portland.
say,
That ain't
think
his
about it. It's
fault.
Portland too. It's Portland too. Maybe that's the reason why people don't consider him as a superstar because he in Portland. Say if he
That
was in
is a
Los
reason.
Angeles or if he was
Oh,
in
he man.
with the Knicks or something like that,
Oh,
he
it'd
would
be
be a
crazy.
superstar
Oh
like that.
man, it'd be crazy if he was on the Knicks right now. Oh, it'd be crazy. It'd be
I think that's
crazy.
even better reason. That's even better. That's probably an even better reason for him to be a superstar because it's like when you think about Portland, as bad as they are, well, they're not. They weren't. They haven't done bad till just last year. You still think about Portland. You don't think they got a chance, but you're like, they're
hmm
gonna shake some things up in the season because it's Dame. It's Dame
I was
doing
just
that. And
yeah. I'm just gonna say, even though he don't have the accolades, like he still leads his teams to the playoffs. Like that's pretty hard. You know what I mean? To lead your teams to the playoffs in the NBA, and in the Western Conference. The Western Conference ain't been no joke.
I think he been to the playoffs every year. Maybe besides no, he
Besides
was there
last
his
year.
rookie year
the
because
last,
he hit that great shot against the Rock. He's been in
hmm
the playoffs every year besides last year, and they probably would
hmm
at least made the play in if he doesn't get hurt. He hurt
hmm
my fantasy
oh,
team, but
oh, okay. So Sheldon, what do you think are like the major things that make a player a superstar?
me
And then
personally,
I got a
no,
follow
go
up
ahead,
question for that.
go ahead.
And answer, what do you think about Donovan Mitchell scratching at being a superstar?
Okay,
mm
okay. So me personally, a superstar. I feel like you just gotta be good. You gotta be consistent every year. You gotta be consistent every year. You gotta take your team, like Charles said, to the playoffs. Box office. We all know who you are. I feel like a lot of people like know who Dame is, but they don't know who Dame is. I really do. I feel like people know Ja and Luca more than Dame.
You know,
I
Dame
feel
from
like
the
that.
shot, from this and rapping,
I feel like they
game
do.
time and rapping.
For some reason, I just feel like they know Luca and Ja more than Dame. For some reason, that's just me. And Donovan
They
Mitchell.
done
Donovan
run
Mitchell is not a superstar.
Nah,
Bro, he's not a
he's not.
superstar. Will he become a superstar?
Probably.
The only way he'll become a superstar is if he
If he go to a
can
big market.
if not change his game, but make his game better. Because all he does is score. That's all he does. He doesn't play
He
defense.
tried.
He doesn't facilitate. Like he
He was
averages, I
trying
think
this
like
year.
4 assists per game, maybe close to 5. He doesn't facilitate. Does he really make the team better?
Yeah
Uh,
and
it's
no. Yeah,
it's data
it's
that say
yeah
he's
and
better
no.
on the
And then
defensive
and
side.
then
Yeah,
and then he hasn't done anything. They've been bouncing the playoffs in either in the first or the second round for like the past 3 years. If you this great, you should have been able to pass. You should have beaten the Nuggets. You was up 3-1. You should have beaten the Clippers. Definitely should have been. You should have beaten them with no Kawhi. And
hmm
you should have beaten the Mavs. I don't care what nobody says.
so
You
Donovan
should have
numbers
beaten the
are
Mavs.
25. He averaged 25 points this season, 4 rebounds and 5 assists.
That ain't good enough for him, bro.
Those are superstar numbers, but I still don't think he's a
No,
superstar.
Those are star numbers.
that's a star. Those are star
That's a
type
bad
numbers.
Paul
He should
George.
be better,
That's a
bro.
bad Paul
He should
George.
be better, bro. Especially with all the times he got the ball in his hands, bro. You should at least average at least 7 assists. At least 7, bro.
I mean, they tried this year. He had the ball and he ran point a lot this year. Like he ran last year. He ran point a lot, so he's trying to develop his
He let
playmaking. But
Giannis. He let Giannis average more assists than him. Like that's crazy.
It shouldn't happen like that, bro. But I always like. I honestly don't trust him. But maybe if somehow he gets to the Knicks, I think he might be that superstar because he gonna be in New York, man,
hmm
and they
Okay,
go
Charles.
try
Question.
overhype him.
Who closer to being a superstar than Charles? Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'll say Devin Booker. I'll say Devin Booker because Devin Booker, I don't know, it's just his game. It's like the way his game is, like it just jumps off the screen to you. Like when I see Donovan Mitchell play, it's like he reminds me of every other player or every other athletic guard that can shoot. You know what I mean? Like when I see Devin Booker, he hits some really tough shots. And it's just I don't know, his just game just jumps off the screen. Like I think Devin Booker is more box office than Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is athletic and he can dunk and do all those things like that. But I just think Devin Booker game is just jumps off the screen more than his.
And Devin
He
Booker,
having more.
he's smooth, low key. That man's smooth, low key.
Mm-hmm.
He could
He'll
drop
be
30
coming
in
off the
both
pick and
halves.
roll, and he'll switch it, and it'd be like, whoa, it'd be smooth.
Yeah.
It's like a Paul George. You know, Paul George, he got a little swag to him. It's kind of like Devin Booker. Devin
Okay,
Booker
so-
got a little swag.
But Paul George isn't a superstar. He's a star in my opinion.
Paul George is a star. He's a star.
Yeah, he's a star.
He's
He had a
top notch of
chance.
star.
He
He's
had a
top
chance
notch.
to be a superstar when he was in Indiana. He was going crazy. He was
Yeah,
going. If he would have
OKC
kept
too.
it up, yeah. If he would have kept it up after that, I think he could have.
Would
He
he
could
have,
have been.
would
a
it, if
superstar.
he would have stayed this long, would he have been a superstar though?
Yeah.
Wait, in Indiana?
If he would have stayed in Indiana, would he
Yeah.
have been a
He's been
superstar by
first-
now?
Yeah.
The force number one
Yeah.
option all the time.
Mm.
Well,
So-
actually, what if he would have stayed in OKC with Westbrook? Because he had his best year when Westbrook was averaging a triple double. Yeah, he was third in the MVP that year.
He would have to take his game to another level if he would have stayed with Westbrook.
I
Like
think
he would have
just
had to
kept
been on
playing
some KD type stuff.
if he would have just kept playing the same way he played third year MVP vote, you're just gonna say it because like I think he's the top notch version of a star. Like if you aren't a superstar, the closest thing you could be to is a Paul George.
Paul
or John,
George.
you know what I'm saying? So, but I got like a question that's kind of like far back because I know like I thought about when I think about superstars and people that's scratching at being a superstar, I thought about Zion. And I think about like the team, like being the best player on the team doesn't always mean you're the leader. So with Zion scratching at being a superstar and CJ McCollum being the leader, like how great could he really be?
Who, Zion?
Yeah.
How great can he be with CJ McCollum
think-
by his side?
He could
Oh,
be.
he
He
could be
could.
great.
Yeah, he could still be great because CJ will open up the floor for everybody. You know what I mean? Because CJ is a point guard who can score. So like CJ can really CJ, Brandon Ingram, Herbert Jones, all of them can play make. So it don't really matter who you got the ball, who got the ball in their hands. But CJ is gonna make life for Zion easy. Him and Brandon, because you can't double. Who can you double? You can't double nobody on that team. You double Zion, you got Brandon Ingram open, you got CJ open, and then we still got Valanciunas. Like
You might
So
be able to
it-
get away with a double because Herbert Jones isn't much of an offensive threat. His just defense he's decent on offense, but like, you know,
as long as he can catch and shoot, we good.
Yeah, you might be
As
able
long
to
as
get
he
away
can
with
catch and shoot,
Messi.
we good.
Pelicans
So-
gonna be decent this year, man. Hey, Greeny said they gonna be a top 4 team in the West. I ain't agree with
I
all
don't know
that, but
about
they
They could
gonna
be.
be good though. They gonna be
They
good.
could be.
I think they could
They
be. I think
could
they
be.
could be.
But I don't think
'Cause
they
I-
will. They could be though.
I ain't gonna say top 4 because some of them teams they ain't better than.
I think they can
record's
challenge the
gonna be
Nuggets.
split.
I think they can challenge the Nuggets. Yeah, I think
You
they
think they
can.
on the
because they
same? You think they like? So this the Nuggets and this the Pelicans. They like right
Yup.
there.
Yup. The only thing with the Pelicans is the Pelicans don't have experience like
You know
that
what?
besides CJ.
I think they could challenge the Grizzlies too.
Oh, I think they better than the Grizzlies. I think
think
they
they
better
better?
But I
than the
think they
Grizzlies.
got
Yeah.
CJ is a culture changing player though, so I think I'm not having the experience though, because that little run that they were just in the first round. I think with CJ being that culture changing player, I think they can get past. I think they second round at least.
Hey,
Second
I
Charles
was
said they
telling-
would have
I was
won.
here.
He said they
Yeah, I
would have
was
won
telling
if
Shannon.
Zion would have played. They would have won.
No
They
cap.
would have
They
beaten the
would have won.
Suns.
They would have won a chip. They would have won a chip last year because if Zion would have played, because look what they did. Who did they face who did they get knocked out by?
The Suns. I
the
remember you
Suns,
told
right?
me off. You told me off air. You was like, if Zion would have played against Suns, they would have won. They would have beaten them.
Yeah, they would have beat the Suns. Then they would have played with the Mavericks next. They would have beat the Mavericks. And then they would have had the no, who they play second round? They would have played
They would have played probably the They would have played the Mavericks.
yeah, the Mavericks. And then they would have played the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Now that would have been a good series right there if Zion was healthy, because Draymond can't do nothing with Zion. But then you just gotta rely on them not being too big for the moment. You know what I mean? But they had a shot last year. If Zion would have played and stayed healthy, they definitely had a shot. Now this year, I don't know, because everybody back now. Clippers healthy. They got so many pieces. Nuggets healthy, so it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be a crazy first round. West Coast. I think I had a super early first round. It's gonna be something with the Timberwolves or Pelicans, something around that. First
Are they
round.
better than the Timberwolves?
Yeah,
No,
I think they are.
Anthony Edwards. Because
the Timberwolves, they really don't have no bench. The Pelicans got a better roster than Timberwolves. And then on top of that, you get Rudy Gobert in foul trouble, which Zion could do. What they gonna do then?
Oh, he will get in foul trouble. He's going to get in foul trouble.
Cat's not a defensive player, so now they defense.
Because all Zion got to do is just go to the hole, and then they're gonna call a foul.
And then they lost Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley was a key part. Because you're most likely put Anthony Edwards probably on what, Brandon Ingram. So who gonna stick CJ now? D'Lo? D'Lo can't do that.
Hey, Charles wasn't on the podcast last week because it was his birthday. I want to know what you think about the Patrick Beverley trade. Because I said I didn't like it personally because I said Patrick Beverley was okay, but you gave up Taylor Horton-Tucker, a young piece who you could have flipped and got somebody better, and Stanley Johnson, another person you could have flipped and got somebody better than Patrick Beverley. That's why I didn't like it. If they would have probably gave up just a regular role player, not young, but just a regular role player and got him, I would have been okay. But you gave up Taylor Horton-Tucker, who could potentially probably be decent. Because I said he might be sneaky fantasy pickup because he's gonna be on the Jazz, and we saw last year when LeBron and them ain't played, he was scoring the ball.
Well, okay, so Taylor Horton-Tucker, he's from Chicago, played at Simeon. So I've been following him for a decent little minute. Now, since he got in the league, like, he can definitely play in the league. I'm not saying that at all, but I don't see all-star. I don't see superstar. I don't see that at all. But the trade for Patrick Beverley, I mean, it was an okay trade because it's an unknown with Taylor Horton-Tucker. And then Stanley Johnson, he's low-key a flop. He was a lottery pick, and he barely was on the roster for the last 2 years. So it's like, you really trading Taylor Horton-Tucker for Patrick Beverley, and we know what we're going to get with Patrick Beverley. He's going to play defense. He's going to play hard. He's going to hit his open shots. Taylor Horton-Tucker, his three-point shot really isn't that consistent. You know what I mean? And Patrick Beverley has a more consistent three than him. So it's like it's pick your poison. Do you want a young player who could potentially develop into something, or do you want a proven veteran who you know is going to give you defense and all these other things? And the Lakers, they don't really need young players. Bron doesn't really like playing with young players. He likes playing with veterans who know they role and know what they're going to bring every single night. So I think it was a decent trade. Only reason why I say it wasn't that good is because they got Westbrook. And Patrick Beverley and Westbrook, they hate each other. Westbrook to this day still think that Patrick Beverley was the reason why he got injured. The sole reason why he got injured. So
he did kind of win that.
So it's like the team chemistry, I don't know how that's going to really rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, Darvin Ham, he's an old school, hard-nosed coach. But it's like, bro, you got two people with alpha mentalities on your team with Patrick Beverley and Russ. Like, either they going to have to box it out every practice and, you know what I'm saying, in the game coming, they cool, or something else going to have to change. I'm going to have to trade Westbrook or something. Because I don't think that's going to work out the whole season. Either. It don't. And he's talking about starting them next to each other. Both of them. I wouldn't either, because they both can't shoot.
I wouldn't start them, but it can work, but it won't work.
I mean, if that's the case, Patrick Beverley's going to really be a spot-up shooter then. If that's the only way it's going to work. I mean, he's gotten better as a shooter.
I feel like that's what they probably brought him in for, to be a spot-up shooter. He's basically going to be the non-athletic, better shooter than Westbrook.
Yeah.
Because LeBron's going to have the ball in his hands. So you know he's going to kick it to him for the three.
they lineup not gonna really have that much shooting in it because if you got Westbrook, Pat, Bron, AD, and then what Thomas
Thomas
Bryant
Bryant.
probably. Yeah, Thomas Bryant. I mean, Thomas Bryant can shoot a little bit, but I don't really want him shooting threes on a consistent basis. So it's like
Nah,
they lineup really don't have no shooters in it besides what Bron's probably their best 3-point shooter.
I love
That's
Bron, but
not.
that ain't it.
Yeah, that's
He
not it.
shooting thirty
That's
seven
not it at
percent
all.
from the three.
They,
That
I
is
still
not it.
think, I still think they need to go get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. They need to find a way to go get them.
Hey man, if they can
Indiana don't
somehow
want to do
get
that
them,
Westbrook trade.
if they can somehow get Miles Turner, Buddy Hill, Trey Westbrook, I love you, but I love LeBron more.
They will be
But if they
way
can,
better.
they, I'm putting them wherever I had them in my list. Where I had them, I had the Lakers
I think
8.
eighth.
I'm
Yep,
jumping
eighth.
them to 5.
Yep, 5 or 4. Yep.
I'm jumping them to 5. If they can do that, I'm jumping them to 5.
That's gonna be real tough. That's gonna be real tough.
Bro,
I don't.
because you gotta have
I think
Patrick
they
Beverly, Buddy Hill, LeBron, AD, and Mount. Bro, what? That's a decent 5. That is a decent 5.
Mhm.
Now the bench, we gotta work that out. Cause I mean, Lonnie Walker decent. He decent to come off the bench. Kendrick Nunn, I don't even know what he on, bro. I think I read a report talking about his ramp up process is a little slower than usual, bro. You've been out for basically 2 years now. So what
Yeah, he
you doing?
has.
What you doing?
He probably injured himself.
Descano Anderson. I really don't believe in him. And then everybody else on that team, I don't even know everybody else on that team. But if they can do that, oh, I'm putting them at 5.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Shit, I don't know what to do with the Lakers. They always got some drama going on. That's just who they
It's
are,
the
man.
Lakers and the Nets. They're the two most drama teams
I
in the
mean, but
league right now.
I say if you think about it though, LeBron has always had drama around all his teams.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
agree with that.
he doesn't trust people to do their jobs. He doesn't trust management. He doesn't trust the front office. You know, I
So
know you
why
can
if he
criticize the
Lee
coaches.
GM, bro, he
GM,
gotta do it himself.
you think this shit real fantasy basketball?
Shit, it is.
I mean, when you only got some basically 3 more years left, man, it ain't no time. Like Charles said, I mean, you keep a young player or get a veteran. I mean, we got to get players that can play now.
Mm-hmm.
Like Taylor Horton-Tucker, like Charles said, I think he can play in the league. Do I see all-stars? No. But can he play in the league? And I don't think he fit with LeBron anyway. Because
No.
Taylor Horton-Tucker need the ball in his hands to do something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now when he going with the Jazz, bro, they don't got nobody. So he gonna get the ball all the time. Especially, I already said last week, I think Donovan Mitchell leaving anyway. They gonna find, even though they just signed R.J. Barrett, I think they go either the Knicks go find a way to give them what they want, or Donovan Mitchell going somewhere else. But I think he's not gonna be on that team, and Taylor Horton-Tucker is probably gonna be, he probably low key be their best player.
You saw the Mark Jackson burner page, how I put up the farewell for Taylor Horton-Tucker, and it was like a 3-minute montage of him just taking horrible shots.
Hey.
It was so fucking rude. That was so rude, man.
Hey man, Twitter is man, they mean. They are mean.
Okay. So we talked about superstars, talked about a lot of good things, man.
Hey,
Now we see,
wait. Utah is trading Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland for Lauri Markkanen, Abachi, Colin Sexton, and 3 unprotected first round picks and 2 pick swaps. And Colin Sexton is signing a 4-year, $72 million deal with the Jazz.
Whoa.
The Cavs are
That
good.
Cavs.
Oh my
The
God.
Cavs are good. The
Oh
Cavs are good.
my God. They finna
Oh
be
man.
The-
Hey,
Him and Darius.
hey, what's y'all
Garland
reaction?
playing
What's y'all
backcourt?
reaction? What's y'all reaction?
Man.
The East.
So they starting
is
lineup
fucking
finna
stacked.
be Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen? Oh my God. What they bench looking like though?
I mean, they still got they got Rubio back. Dang, I can't think of nobody else off the top of my head.
But still, that starting five though nasty. Oh my god.
That's a game changer, bro.
Yeah.
That's a
Because we were
game.
talking about, yeah.
That's a game changer. That's a game changer right there. The Cavs. Going back to my paper. I had the Cavs at 7. I'm putting them right up there at not the play-in. I'm putting them past the Bulls at 6. They won't be fighting for the play-in.
No, I think the Bulls still got it over them because they still got to get used to each other.
Should have gave them Isaac Oroku. Probably would.
Yeah, I mean they believe in him though. Like they say Isaac Okoro is one of the best defensive players in the league right now.
Hey, man, the Cavs is making them moves, but this what we talking about. You know, with the small markets, this is what you gotta do to get these big players. You gotta trade for them. You can't just sign them because Donovan Mitchell isn't going to the Cavs.
Yeah,
Just off back, he's going to the Knicks. But you gotta trade for these type of players. That's just how it works. And draft.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think that's the only way small markets can actually like broaden their horizons. Like you have to trade for these superstars. You have to get these superstars if you want to bring in that money and bring in those tickets and all those things and grow your actual market. You gotta trade for those superstars or draft them. Like that's the only way. Because like Shelby said,
They
no superstar is gonna sign with them unless you have like a raw team.
I don't even think it's that, bro. Because I mean, we don't see these superstars signing with Giannis. Like,
Yeah,
even
but a
though
lot
they
of
don't
players
got,
don't
even though
like
they don't
Giannis
got
too.
cap
So
space, even though they don't got the cap space, I know because Drew Holiday on max deal, Chris Middleton on max deal, Giannis on max deal. They just signed by a push. I know you don't got no cap space, but no superstar is still not going to Milwaukee, bro. That's just how it works. But the Donovan Mitchell Garland backcourt,
that's nasty.
that
That's
solved
nasty.
last year problem on offense. It solved their last year
Yeah,
problem for offense.
and that's
And they
that's
did. The
literally all
only
they
thing
needed
they
last
lost.
year.
if Donovan Mitchell
So
played against the Hawks, they win.
Yeah,
and the biggest thing with that too is that like they still got that super tall front court lineup too. Like they only lost Laurie Marketing. The other players they weren't even playing. And I mean this this is really crazy. Even for Utah is good too because Utah has 13 picks now.
hmm
That's unheard of. I think that may be up
hmm
there in the
Nah,
record.
nah, I mean the OKC got a whole bunch of picks too.
Yeah. Whoa,
And
Darius Garland.
so, what y'all think? Was that a right move for the Jazz?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Knicks were playing around as always. The Knicks was playing.
hmm
They don't really care about winning. They don't care about winning. Look at
But it
them.
was something about with the Knicks and their pick swaps. No, it was talking about the unprotected, like the protected and the unprotected of the draft picks that they didn't really want to do.
Bro,
Cause
if
I
you
think,
getting
cause
Donovan Mitchell, you better get that up, bro. Like y'all
Like,
ain't
come
been
on.
good since John Starks
I,
and Patrick Ewing and all them, bro. Like the
well, it
last
was
good team
really
they had was just
Melo.
that
It
Melo,
was
yeah,
really
that Melo
Melo.
team.
But they
But they
ain't
didn't really do
won.
nothing either.
They ain't won since I don't even think none of us was born when they won.
Yeah, bro. The Knicks and the Sacramento Kings are the worst organizations in the NBA.
Hey, uh,
Terrible, terrible, bro. Leon
Man,
Rose, he need to go.
hey, man.
hey, this
James
is a
Dolan need
really
to go
good
too,
team.
but you know he ain't gonna fire himself. So
Nah.
This cat, it's like if you were watching the league, you knew the Cavs were good last year. A lot of people are like, oh, it's the
hmm
Cavs. It's like you won a lot of money on FanDuel betting on the Cavs on the spread. You bet the money line. You knew the Cavs were good. Now it's like,
I bet on them a couple of
man,
times they lost.
They scary. They a sleeper. They a dark horse team in the East.
you got
And you
Definitely
know
a
what's
dark horse.
crazy, bro? He still got 3 years left with him, so it's not like this is a one and done. They got 3 years. So you got Darius Garland, you just signed him 5 years. Jared Allen, I think he's there for 3 more years. At the moment, he's still in his rookie contract. So there go your core, right? And Donovan Mitchell's still in his prime. I don't even think he reached his prime yet. So you still got all them young players.
You still got Karis LeVert.
Karis LeVert. But he on like 1 year, though.
How old is Donovan?
He's
25. On the NBA website say he's 25.
So he's 25. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm older than him. Dang, that's crazy.
He probably because they
he's nowhere near his prime.
Yeah, I would say usually prime starts around like 26, 27.
Yeah. The Cavs with Donovan Mitchell in the East. Knicks blew this one.
Yeah,
they did.
Cavs are a sleeper team now.
I'm putting them at 6. I'm putting them not in the play-in. I'm putting them not in the play-in.
Yeah, they definitely out of the play-in now. I didn't even have them because the East so stacked with the Nets coming back so good. It's a lot of teams now. They're better than Toronto now. They're better than Toronto. They're better than the Hawks. They're better than the Wizards. They're better than the Hornets.
I don't know about the Hawks yet. I still got to see how DeJounte and Trey play together.
You know what's crazy? I'm going off. Okay, I think Cleveland. I don't know. Okay, I'll say this. I don't know yet about the Hawks, but I feel like the Hawks have a better roster than the Cavs. I think they have a better overall roster.
They do.
But let's see how it fits. Let's see how it fits with Trae Young and DeJounte. But I think on paper, they have a better roster.
You said what?
JB Bickerstaff. Good coach. Decent coach.
Yeah.
JB Bickerstaff.
Yeah, he's a good coach. He got
coach.
them boys playing. He got them boys playing hard.
Cleveland is sending its 3 unprotected picks to Utah in 2025, 2027, and 2029, and pick swaps in 2026 and 2028. Basically something the Knicks didn't want to do. They didn't want to give up them unprotected. I guess they wanted them to be protected, but they didn't want to unprotect them. That's what the Knicks didn't want to do, I'm guessing.
And you know, it just came out. This was the first time in 23 years that the Knicks had extended rookies. So why do you even care that much about picks when you're not even extending these people that you're picking in the draft?
If you think about it, when was their last good draft pick besides RJ Barrett? So they really can't even draft.
I don't know.
So it's like you might as well get them picks away.
Might as well.
Oh, look, Porzingis. But
Porzingis. It was Porzingis, really. It was really Porzingis. But even besides him, I have no clue. Maybe Patrick Ewing. Maybe.
That's why I'm like the Knicks. They should have just gave it up. They should just gave them picks up.
It's kind of like the same thing with the Lakers. They don't want to give up their picks.
I don't see why. Why not?
Because you know why I think they don't want to give up their picks? Because they know when LeBron leaves, they're going to be terrible. They think they're going to be bad. Even though AD gonna be there. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe in the next 3 years, they might consider trading AD. Because I feel like if LeBron wasn't there, I think because this would be AD's 3rd year with the Lakers. I think if LeBron wasn't there, I think they would have considered flipping him because he gets injured all the time. But of course, LeBron now, he go ride for AD, so he gonna tell them to keep him. So I think in the next.
By the time they flip AD, though, his trade value is not going to be that high unless he stays healthy for the next couple of years.
And I think they think they're going to be bad. They're going to be bad in them years when LeBron leaves. So it's like, we need these picks, and this is all we got. But the thing is, if you want to win, you say you care about LeBron, you love LeBron. No, you don't. You don't love LeBron because he would have been flipped them picks.
Mm-hmm. Me, personally, I would have did it because the Lakers are a win-now franchise. So I would, if I need to flip these picks to make my roster better to get LeBron who we need, I'm doing it. I'm doing it because at the end of it, like you said, you can flip AD. And AD, his trade value not going to be as huge as it was like when he was with the Pelicans, but you're going to still be able to get a decent amount for AD.
I got another thing to say. So the Knicks, I like y'all. I know y'all talking about the Knicks, but man, I don't get what they're doing because they talking about because y'all saw what the other day they was like. Leon Rose said we had a deadline. We was gonna trade for Mitchell tonight or sign RJ Barrett. They chose to sign RJ.
Yeah, I seen that.
So, but y'all had a trade without RJ in it, so y'all could have did it. So y'all could have had them all. Now you just stuck with RJ. I
It
I
would
don't
have been
mean,
really
get that.
but
crazy.
I don't know how I feel about that roster though. Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, R.J. Julius. That's a lot of people that need the ball in their hands.
I
A
agree,
lot.
but it's New York, bro. So you know you're gonna need that player. That I
Yeah,
mean, New York
for
Knicks
sure.
gonna be packed no matter what. Knicks been butt ever since, and they still be packed. So
Hmm.
that don't matter. But it's like the last time the Knicks had somebody a star was Melo. Melo and what was that in 14 when
Hmm.
bro,
2014,
that's almost 8
15.
years ago. That's almost 8 years ago. They ain't had a star since. So you need a type of player like that, but I understand because that those are weird fits because all four of them need the ball in their hands, all four of them.
Hmm.
But at least with the Cavs, Darius Garland don't need the ball in his hands all the time.
Nah, he don't.
He's going to give Donovan Mitchell the
That
ball. He's
boy,
going to give him the ball.
that boy can shoot that rock.
Bro, they got a better Colin Sexton, a way better Colin Sexton.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is like I ain't gonna say game changing, but this is a good trade. It's a
Hey, you
good
know what's
trade.
It's a
crazy?
piece mover. It's a piece mover.
When when I pulled up the Donovan Mitchell stat on Stat News, they had already changed it to the Cavs colors, and I was like, maybe it's just a Utah jersey because like the new jerseys. I didn't even realize that the trade had happened. That's crazy. So you giving 25 points and his assist, 5 assists on the team with
He
them with
really
Because
don't
he
Garland.
even
don't
have to
need the
pass
assist
the
now.
ball
He
now.
don't gotta pass the
Yeah,
ball
he can
now.
focus. He
Yeah,
can focus on exactly what he's
Because
good at,
think
scoring.
about it. When he was on the Jazz, Conley ain't no passer. Conley ain't
they
no
tried to
passer.
make they tried to make
And
they
like
they
Charles said,
gave him
they
the ball
wanted
a
him
lot
to be
more.
a point guard. He was playing point guard more. But now he don't need to do all that. All you gotta do is go out there and score. Just all you gotta do is go out there
Hmm.
and score, bro.
I mean, a way better, a way upgrade from
A
Colin
way
Sexton.
a way better
Hmm.
upgrade. A way better. That's why this a good move. That's why I'm putting them not in the play in.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know, man. The Cavs.
Cavs good, bro.
So they're
Cavs
a
good.
second round team. They're a second round team. Are they
Yeah,
better than the
It
Bulls?
depends on who they play. It
I
They
depends.
think
on the
them and
same
the
level as the
Bulls.
Bulls now.
Yeah, I think them and the Bulls on the same level. Them, the Bulls, the Hawks. I see all of them on the same level.
I'm probably
Yeah,
put
the
them
Bulls.
past the Heat, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Well, roster
Who,
wise,
Cavs?
I'll say that. I don't trust
Offensive
the
Cavs?
power, they
Heat, bro.
should be.
I don't.
Offensive power, they
I
should
don't
be
trust
better.
the Heat, bro.
You
I
talking about
really
you putting
don't.
the Cavs past the Heat?
I said I did say I might, and I said
I don't know.
they right there. I don't trust the
Cause
Heat, bro. I don't trust
I
them.
don't. It's just something about their culture, bro.
I get
Like they
that, bro.
always find a way to be a top 5 team all the time. And I don't get how.
He should have got him, bro. If the Heat would have got
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, they a championship team.
They win. They win. They win. They win the East. They win the East.
You putting them over the
That
Bucks?
this is no,
Nah.
but
Said they win the
they
East.
might they
They
might.
got a
I,
shot.
I
They got a shot though. They
They
got a
take them to
shot.
7. They take them to 7. They take every team. They take the best teams in the East. They take the Bucks. They take the
They better than the Nets.
That's
Nets.
nah.
If they get
They're not
Donovan
better than
Mitchell, if he
They
get
got a
Donovan
shot
Mitchell,
though.
that's
Hey
they
Charles,
better.
They got a
They
no,
better
shot.
than a lot of
this is
teams.
a quick thing. Who's winning? The Warriors team that won the championship this past year, or the Nets team currently right now? Ben Simmons and all. Who winning?
That's hard because the Nets ain't got no big, so they gonna have to play small ball.
Bro,
And the
you
Warriors
know
are
I
great
looked it
at
up,
small
Shondell.
ball.
All they got is Claxton. He's the only big on the team.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I looked
still
up
give
the
it to
depth
the
chart.
Warriors. I'm gonna still give it to the Warriors.
I said they'll go
I'm gonna still
7.
give it to
I
the
give it
Warriors.
to the Nets.
I still give it to the Warriors because they gonna have to play small ball, and you gonna put Ben on Draymond, and yeah, Draymond can't really stick Ben, but we already see Ben ain't really that strong mentally. So if Draymond can get in his head, losing Ben, that's a big part of their team. That's a big part of their defense. So and then you're gonna have to have KD and Kyrie versus what Steph, Clay, and Wiggins. I don't know. That's and Wiggins showing he's a great defender. I don't think he could stop KD, but I don't know. I give it to the Warriors, man, because I give it to the Warriors.
Warriors and 7.
That's gonna be hard though. Yeah, it's definitely going 7 for sure. But I give it to the Warriors.
Alright.
You said a lot of similar things. You said a lot of similar things to when we asked the question off screen to people. You said a lot of similar things. I think it was a great trade. I think with Donovan, with Katie off the market, Donovan Mitchell. What's next? What's next? What's the future for the Jazz then? What is the future? How
Colin
long should it
Sexton.
take them to rebuild? Colin
It's gonna take
Sexton,
them at least. It's gonna
That
take them
team's
at least
still
5 to
terrible
10
though,
years.
bro. That
It's
team
gonna
is
take them
still
another.
bad, bro.
look,
That
It's
team
gonna
is
take them
Colin
bad.
5 to
Sexton,
10 years. 5 to 10
Colin
years, bro.
Sexton next to Talon Horton Tucker. Like this is gonna
No,
be this gonna be like
That
Julius
team is
Randle
I
and
bad.
think
D'Angelo
they
Russell on the
gon'
Lakers.
they gonna be really bad next year, and they gonna
They're
try
gonna
to
be
get
really
that
bad.
dude. They gonna try to get that 7-footer from overseas, Victor. I can't pronounce his last name, but he like
Waname, something like that.
yeah, something
Is
like that. They gonna try to get him, and then they can flip them picks so they can get another top pick in the draft next year. They can get Scoot Henderson. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he's an
I heard
upcoming
of
player.
him.
He's
That's the
really
dude. That's
he's really
yeah.
good.
You mentioned him. You know
Yeah,
what?
he's
I
really good.
I kind of I like the Jazz direction and what they doing because the Jazz got good after Portland was already good, and right now they was like it's not working with this too. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Okay, it's not working. We let it go. Portland, Portland is just refuses to do. Now, I
Hmm.
mean, they got the same. Looking at the Wolves tweet, and like what Sheldon said, they up there with OKC with draft picks. What is Portland doing? Like they should have
You
either just
But
you,
you
you
gotta think
know
about it too.
go
You
go.
gotta think
Yeah,
about who
you
at the
good.
head of the chain. Danny Ainge. That man, Danny Ainge, is
oh
a
yeah,
he got a lot of
You see
he
he
got a
got
lot
what he
of
wanted.
he see
You
the
see he
future.
got what he
yeah
wanted. You
yeah
see he
he
got
see
what
the
he wanted.
future. Cause like you see what he did with the Celtics. He drafted Jason Tatum. He drafted Jalen Brown. So he knows how to evaluate players. On top of that, so the Jazz they future is looking pretty bright.
You know why I think Portland ain't giving up? Because of Dame. Because I think Dame
Yeah.
has been so loyal to them, they're gonna try and not give up on him. Because I feel like if they really wanted to give up, they would have gave up literally this past year. I mean, they gave up, but they would have probably traded Nurkic or
Him
they wouldn't
and
have
CJ.
re-signed him. They would have kept Anthony Simons. They wouldn't have traded for Josh Hart. Josh Hart is decent, but or Jeremy Grant. They got him too. But I think they're so loyal. Dame has been so loyal to them. They're doing their due diligence and like, bro, you've been loyal to us, so if you ain't giving up on us, we're not gonna give up on you.
Hmm.
But with Donovan Mitchell is still young. He's still young, so it's like he's young, but he hasn't done nothing for us. Yeah, we've gone to the playoffs, but we went bouncing. We should have beaten 3 teams in the last 3 years. We should have beaten them. They should have beaten the Nuggets in the bubble. You're up 3-1. You should have beaten the Clippers with no Kawhi. You should have beaten the Mavericks with basically no Luka the first like 3 games. You should have won, and it just didn't work. So it's like sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say it just don't work. We just gotta do something. We're gonna go in full rebuild mode. Yeah, fans aren't gonna like it, but we'll go in full rebuild mode, and we're just gonna be terrible. They're gonna be bad this year. They're probably win what 20 games, 20 some games. They're gonna be bad. Yeah, you
If
got
that
Colin Sexton. You got Colin Sexton and Laurie
You got
Markkinen.
him for a steal.
You got Laurie Markkinen and Colin Sexton. Yeah, you got them for some years, but well, they ain't game changers. They ain't
how
gonna
much did
get
he
you
sign for
They're
again?
gonna
4 years.
four
How much?
years, 72 million.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's a steal. They're gonna flip. He's
Hmm.
gonna be out of there. He's gonna play for a little bit till because he's coming off the torn meniscus. They're gonna flip him because that's a great price to have a scoring guard for, and he young too.
Hmm.
So Colin Sexton is what 20.
You
He's
trading
28.
Three,
somebody? I
three,
mean,
he's
that's
28.
18
23.
million. But yeah,
Yeah.
he came off meniscus, but that's 18 a year. That's 18 a year.
He
He
gonna play
to be
good
honest,
though.
if you look at
That
his career
meniscus isn't that
average,
bad.
if you look at his career average, he can low key get like 20 mil a year. Like you know what I'm saying? So
And
that
he can
18
get
is
that's
definitely a
less than
steal.
he getting that because he getting
Yeah, if he don't
16,
get hurt, then he
17.
probably gets
Yeah,
the 20 a year from the Cavs. He probably gets that,
Yeah.
but he got hurt. And I do think if Darius Garland didn't have the All Star season, I think I think they resign him back.
Yeah. Because
yeah,
Darius
yeah.
Garland took that next step. He took that next
Yeah.
step for sure.
I remember early in the season last year when we was like in fantasy when it happened, we was like, oh Darius Garland, like oh he raw. We was like, yeah, he getting paid. They
Charles
moving on
always
from
been like that.
Sexton.
He always said he was good. He always said
Yeah,
Darius Garland was good. He was like okay. I think his rookie year, I think he was okay, but he was hurt in
yeah.
Vanderbilt. But this year
Yeah.
he took the next step.
He's healthy. He's healthy now. So
Cavs
Yeah.
gonna be
So
decent. They gonna be
Yeah,
decent.
so I don't know. I really just don't like the approach. I like the approach that the Jazz did. Like that fast, that quick. Like I could see them being able to acquire some veterans and some other guys. When they're good, they're gonna be good again. I don't know. It might be faster than 10 years. 10 years is a long time to be bad.
5 and
Bro, they're gonna
10,
be
25
bad.
and
They're gonna
10.
be probably real bad in
They
the next
definitely gonna be
5 years.
bad.
Cause the
Yeah, for
Thunder
sure.
been bad ever since basically like Chris Paul left that year when he was on there for that 1 year. They've been bad ever since, and that was the bubble year. So that's 3 years ago. They've been
Yeah,
bad since.
2019.
Yeah, so that's 3 years ago. So they've been bad since, and they're still gonna be bad. Chet got hurt. He's out for the season. For some reason, I think he's coming back. I think he's
Hey,
coming back
I
this year.
told,
They
hey
said he
man, I
already
told
resumed
y'all
full
about Chet.
practice and shooting drills. They said
I think he's coming back. I feel like
But
he's
look,
coming back.
I told y'all about Chet. His body not gonna last being
Bro,
that
that was a
skinny.
freak
They did say
injury,
that.
bro. That was a freak
But the
injury.
thing, but it was in it. Look, it that was in a off
Come on,
season league game when they don't really play defense for real. Just imagine when
bro.
the league start and they pushing him and they bumping him and elbowing him. Like if he
Bro,
getting injured just off a fast break,
bro,
like
that was
he
a
gonna really
freak
get injured for
injury.
real.
Everybody, that happens to everybody. That happens to
I don't know,
everybody,
man.
bro. That's a
He
freak
already
injury, bro.
shown.
That's just a freak injury, man. That's just a freak
Man,
injury.
his
Ain't
body
nothing.
ain't.
That's just a freak
He
injury.
ain't even started the season yet, and he already injured. Like I don't know, man.
That's a
I
freak
don't
injury,
know.
bro. I'm
I
not gonna
don't
go
know,
all
man.
body type. I'm not gonna. I understand his body type, but that's a freak injury, bro. That's a freak.
I ain't
That's just a
saying
freak
bro
injury.
ain't good. I'm not saying he ain't good.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying I
saying
don't
that
believe him.
either. No, I'm talking about you saying like his body type. I understand that because he's super skinny, but that's just a freak injury, bro. Everybody in the league, that happens to everybody, and it just happened to him. He just got hurt.
I
Chet gonna
think
miss some
though. I
more
think
games this
Charles.
year.
He got a lot of merit. He got a lot of merit in what he's saying.
I feel
Because
like
it's
he
like
coming back this year though. For some reason, I feel
that
like he coming back.
that he just pretty much jumped up and down, and he barely got bumped, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
it almost looked non-contact. It's like, yeah, that just say he got to really figure out his nutrition for real,
He
his
do.
diet, because
He
that look
do.
like these players just look like they grow so big and they can't figure out what works for their body, and they trying to get advice from people that's not built like them, trying to figure it out. It's like maybe he got to go to Greece because that don't make no
Some.
sense.
That man need to be
Talking about
eating like
Greece.
5 Whoppers a day or something, bro. Like
Talking about
he gotta
Greece.
have some muscle and some weight.
That's what Giannis. I don't know how Giannis is 6'11". Like how the fuck did he? How the fuck
But
did
It's
he?
I
his
remember
frame though.
somebody. Yeah,
Like
that's
it's
what
his
they said.
frame.
His
If you look at
frame.
if you look at Giannis' frame, he has a wide frame. So it's like you can tell he could put on more muscle and more weight. But Chet frame is really skinny.
Even you guys work out. You can put muscle on no matter the frame. You've seen the before, the afters.
Yeah.
Anybody can put muscle on. Your frame, yeah, you're gonna be, but you can put muscle on. Anybody can put muscle. It's not like you're on this earth and they're like, hey, only these people can get muscle. No, everybody can get muscle.
Yeah, but like your frame has a lot to do with it because it depends on how much you could put on. You know what I mean? So like Giannis versus Chet, Giannis could put on more weight than Chet can because Chet his frame is just, it's like he real skinny, bro. Like I don't see him
He
putting
doesn't
on
eat
that
enough.
much
He don't
muscle.
eat enough. He don't
He
eat
probably
enough.
don't even. He just don't even be in the weight room.
He don't eat enough. He's not lifting. He's not getting his protein. Not lifting his weights. It's probably like with the same with 80. 80 was able to put the muscle on and whatnot, but once he put it on, he stopped training. He stopped working out.
Hmm.
Like he's just not. It's just then controlling your body to be conditioned muscle wise. Because muscle is what protects you from injuries like that. So
I think he
I
just don't
think
be
he
in the weight room.
probably don't need to. You know how it is. You lift them weights and then you go to LA Fitness and try to shoot.
Hmm.
KD don't be in the weight room, but KD got like a little frame to him though. But KD don't be in the weight room. You can tell he don't be in the
Yeah,
weight room. He just go around. He
Shit,
just
he
go
don't
around.
need to. He don't
Yeah, he
need to.
don't.
He's
He
7
don't
foot.
need to. He
He
don't
don't
need to.
need to.
He
got
don't need
handles
to.
and he a shooter. You know what I'm saying?
He
Unless
don't
you're
He don't
trying
need
need
to,
to
to.
be in the weight room.
unless you're trying to, I ain't trying to bully ball, bump in the lane and shit like that. But he don't play like that. That ain't his game. He going around you over you. Man, I think that was a really good trade, though, man. I think that was a really good trade. I don't know, man. I don't know. The season started what we got like 40 some days. It's gonna
Yeah,
be real good.
2 months. Nah, a month. At least season starting a month.
It's
Yo.
next month. Start next month.
Well,
Mid next month.
October 18th.
Mid next month.
can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Hey, well, thank y'all guys for tuning in to the Full Entertainment Podcast, man. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, screen record, take clips or whatever, parts of the argument that you like, share it in the group chat, help us get us out there. And thank you guys for tuning in as always. Peace out.